All right, good morning, gang. My name is Nate Bear, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and trade of the day. And in today's video update, just want to kind of go over what I'm seeing on the indexes after the pullback last Thursday and Friday, and then kind of have a really, I think could be pretty explosive setup for you this week. So let's just dive right in. So, basically we had a situation where, I'm looking at both the Qs and the S&P 500 here, and we had a situation where the indexes were up here at plus 3 ATR, right? Well, that's not sustainable for the indexes. We've covered this many times. And then we had a situation where we kind of gapped up on the back of those big earnings from Microsoft and Meta, and that ended up kind of being like a little bit of a blow off top. So we had a couple of days of pullback, right? This is healthy. This is normal. And Monday we kind of got a bounce. So the key levels that I'm kind of watching, right? If I zoom in to 30-minute charts here, and this is what I've sort of advised for this morning, is the 618 retracement levels, right? So if we look at the SPY, and we look at this pullback, right? The 618 retracement is right in through here. That's around 632 on the SPY. And on the Qs, from this high into this swing low and then back up is around 566, right? Yeah, 566. Okay, so these are the areas where, if we open above these and we just kind of push, great. That opens the door to go retest the old highs. If, however, we open in these areas and we sort of like start to roll over, be careful, because that could be the end of this little rally. Okay, and in that case, we could potentially go close these gaps, retest the lows. So this is an area where, for me, it's let's wait and see. If we push through, great. I'll look for bullish day trades, and I'll try to, have trades that are trading names like Reddit, that just crushed on earnings. Palantir, which had just beat earnings. These are some of the names about GNRC, ABBV. These are names that I like. Some of the quantum names like RGTI and IonQ, stuff like that, right? But if we start to roll over, I just want to either be flat, I want to short the indexes, or I want to go and get bearish, something like Coin, which just missed on earnings, right? And it, for me, is putting in a pretty darn looking bearish shelf here, where this looks like it could just roll right back on over and probably head to 300. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Now, speaking of a name that I really like here is W. So this is intriguing to me for two reasons. Number one, they just beat earnings, right? And number two, they have high short float. Doesn't get much more simple than that, right? And if we zoom out, you can see that they put in this really, really long base going back to like 2022. And if we break about 75 to 80, there is a ton of room to the upside. And oh, by the way, I did mention there was high short float, right? So if we go over to FinViz and check out W here, look at this thing, 24% short float. So lots of short. And my thought here with this is, what I'd love to see happen, and you can see right now pre-market, it's up here to like 75.26. If it opens up here, I would love to buy a pullback. But honestly, I'm willing to chase this a little bit because of that high short float. I think this is headed to 90. But ideally, right, and if you could just draw it up, it would open below yesterday's high, which is about 73.50, right? Somewhere maybe say it opens at like 73, right? And then you just get long and it breaks yesterday's high and starts to rip. And what I want to do here is I actually want to do something a little bit more sort of aggressive. I want to go, out of the money and probably into, we could go out. Let's see, we could probably go all the way out to like September here, right? September 19th, and do these $80 calls. If you wanted something more responsible, you could do like the 70s. That'd be fine. It's a good spread. There's plenty of liquidity here. But I like the $80 calls out into September because of that high short float. All right, so that's what I'm gonna write up is the was it 919 $80 calls. And then the target is basically a move up into, it's hard to actually see, I have to zoom out, but the target is going to be a move up into about this swing high, which is $90, which is right here, right? So I'm looking to retest that high on a break up. That's about $90. Okay. So anyway, that's what I've got. I hope it helps. I'll get this marked up and sent out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.